Right, it's been a while, but we're here with the gaffer. Gaffer, good summer first of all.
Yeah, very good. Nice, obviously, to have a bit of an off time with the family, a bit of downtime. We're on holidays, but it's the busy part of the season for us managers and football clubs behind the scenes, trying to work hard to recruit. Although the season ended at Chester away in the playoffs, we quickly came upon us that we have to make ourselves better, and it's the signings that we've made so far, in my opinion, make us better.
And as a fan, which I am and lots of us are, it can be a bit frustrating sometimes when you don't see a lot of stuff happening, but I know how hard you've been working. I'm sure that's the same with every club. And we have brought in some good players so far. We brought in George Ward, Leamington's Player of the Year. We brought in Sammy Robertson's Hereford Player of the Year, and we brought in Tate today. Do you want to just talk us through them signings, Gaffer, and what they can bring to us?
Well, we've looked at, obviously, end of the season. You lose Bobby and you lose Manny from two centre halves, but we had George Ward earmarked from early last season, really. George got Leamington's Player of the Year. He fits the bill of the age demographic. A ball playing centre half, very aggressive. And we've looked at the partnership, obviously, him and Kieran Burton for next year. So George was an excellent signing, someone that we chased for a while, and was delighted to get him over the line. Sammy, again, Hereford's Supporters Player of the Year, somebody who played really well against us in both games last season, an aggressive attacking right back who can play in midfield. So he's a very, very good footballer. Again, somebody that I've admired and kept tabs on all season. And obviously today, just getting Tate Campbell over the line, who's a dominant midfielder, 6 foot plus, but we've signed him not for his size, really, for his technical ability, how he handles the ball and makes us tick, because we've got a special way of playing. And Tate gives you all the physical side of it, but he's also a naturally gifted footballer. So really, really pleased to get him over the line. And I think 3 really, really good signings.
And that obviously coupled with our retain list. I mean, we won't mention everyone, but we will mention the captain, Conor Kirby. How happy were you to get pen to paper on Curbs?
Just Curbs is a leader. Curbs is our captain for a reason. I made him captain for a reason. He delivers. I think he's played every game for the last 2 or 3 seasons since he's been here. Chipped in last year with I think 8 or 9 goals from midfield, which is a fantastic return. And just how he is around the place. We were in constant contact over the summer, me and Curbs. I knew he wanted to stay. I wanted him to stay. I wanted to be my captain next year. I wanted to lead us to into the 25-26 season. So to have Curbs over the line early doors is fantastic, because if you can get your leader over the line, then people follow Curbs. I'm delighted as well that we've managed to re-sign the likes of Will Truman, Ryan Viggers, Kieran Burton's here. We had JJ, we had Luke Brennan. So all in all, we're starting to take shape really well.
And starting being the key word, because I've watched it today. I think you've been taking about 70 phone calls today. It can be frustrating when you don't see players coming in and friendlies coming in and all that kind of stuff. But behind the scenes, I know we're all working so hard to get a pre-season schedule out there and work on more new players. Is that correct?
Yeah, it's all going off in the close season, because you've got to organise your pre-season schedule moving forward. You're full time, so you've got to have a full-time training program for the boys. Talking to staff members, a return date, and then you've got to try and get the best players in. So the players that have left us this season, we want to replace what's left with better. And that's not because we don't think they're any good. It's just players leave for different reasons. But we feel that our recruitment this year is going to be very, very specific. We didn't want wholesale changes. We wanted to probably bring in 4 or 5, maybe 6 quality signings. But everybody's working hard behind the scenes. Everybody's we're meeting players on a daily basis, speaking to clubs, obviously speaking to clubs regarding pre-season. And it is really busy, but it's a part of the job that I really love doing.
Great stuff, and I'm sure the fans are missing it, Gaffer, but in a few weeks the friendlies will start and the fixtures will be out, and it's all exciting. You just got a word for the fans who I'm sure are missing everything about the club, really?
Yeah, this time last year I got the job, and I think it was exciting times, but I think we've delivered as a whole, the football club has delivered a really, really good brand of football, really exciting. We've seen an increase in crowds away from home. The drum in the railway's always banging and bouncing, and it's a great club to be at. So now, we're 12 months into our project. Come out and support us again, because we know that playoffs last year were exciting. So that should be our target again next year.
Absolutely. If you can get them season tickets, keep an eye on all the socials for new signings, and I'm sure Gaffer will catch up with you again over the next few weeks.
Cheers, Chris. Thank you, mate.
Cheers.